What's up, money lovers? It's Vinny again from the Investment Club, and here's my Apple stock analysis. I've gotten several requests to make this video, so without further ado, here it is. This is a company that's definitely not having any trouble sustaining sales in the midst of an ongoing pandemic. If we take a look at their Q3 financials, net sales were up in every segment. Keep in mind these numbers are also in millions. Apple has no plans of hitting the brakes as they actually plan to launch 4 new models for the iPhone with 5G speeds this fall. They're anticipating possibly 80 million sales of these 5G iPhones. They're also releasing 2 new Apple Watches as well as their first over-the-ear headphones. This should be a smash hit, maybe even bigger than the AirPods, where wearables are a rapidly growing market. So they've got quite a big October hardware launch. 5G iPhones, new gen watches, and a new iPad. As you can see on the Apple site here, they're appealing to university students who, as more and more schools close down, will be forced to complete their work online on Apple's Macs. A less talked about segment is the Apple Card, but it should definitely not be overlooked. If you like the content so far, please don't forget to like and subscribe. This company is doing a little bit of everything. Meanwhile, Apple is rumored to be launching its own internet search engine. I touched on this in a previous video, which you can find in the link in the description below. Historically, Google has paid Apple billions of dollars to be its default search engine, and this deal may be coming to an end soon as Apple looks to become more vertically integrated. So let's take a look at some technicals. If we go to macrotrends.com, we see that Apple's PE ratio is high, which worries many investors. As you can see, the stock price and earnings have historically moved in tandem, but as of late, the stock price has gone up much more than the earnings have. This is definitely something to take note of, but I think there's too much momentum for this to matter. This company isn't going anywhere. It's a company with a very favorable status. People who don't own it definitely want to, as evidenced by the run-up before and after the recent stock split. If we look at the stock chart here, it looks nice and clean, and it keeps going up. These split-adjusted numbers are looking absolutely magical. Now, if we zoom out here and look at the maximum, it does look like a SpaceX rocket, which unlike SpaceX rockets, many people think is going to come crashing down. However, I disagree. While I definitely am not dumping money hand over fist into Apple at this crazy valuation, I'm definitely adding a little bit at a time. This company is not going away anytime soon. They've built a vast ecosystem that all their products and software work smoothly together on. It's all about ease of access and convenience for customers, and it is definitely here to stay. The company is also growing its dividend, which sits at around 0.6% currently, and although it seems small, it's growing steadily and is much more than you can get in most banks these days. Apple dominates the market and has huge profit margins. If the pandemic continues, as it seems it will for at least another few months, Apple and its tech peers stand to benefit the most. Quick glance at the numbers, you see that their gross profit is over 38% and their net profit is about 20%. If we take a quick look at their Q3 balance sheet, they have $33 billion in cash alone. Let me repeat that, $33 billion in cash alone. That doesn't even take into account their other assets or their $60 billion in cash from operating activities. They have enough money to buy several S&P 500 companies if they wanted to. This company has brought in over $260 billion in revenue in both 2018 and 2019 respectively. The profit margins are just utterly insane. It's not even fair, really. So in summation, Apple's Q3 revenue was up 11% and their earnings per share was up 18% to new June quarter record. Short term, it's impossible to say what will happen. It definitely has a lot of momentum right now. I'm expecting volatility in the stock price, but we'll keep dollar cost averaging in. That's all for today, folks. This is Vinny from the Investment Club, and I hope you have a great rest of the week. See you next time.